Fraser from Revelstoke. It feels like a smorgasbord has been given, and it comes from different almost dimensions and starting points. And I'm trying to find a coherent method that would bring it from this human body that has lived on greed and has developed huge double standards and allowed very wealthy private corporations to do stuff that on a community or a family or an individual level would be considered a crime, theft, there's other words, fill in the blanks. Fraud, yeah. And that if you connive a person into something, it wouldn't hold up in court, you know, if you go door to door. And yet, one thing that was not mentioned, we have had a repeat of what happened after World War I. After a trauma, 9/11, comes this huge backlog of legislation that would take a lot longer than a couple weeks to write, that undoes, I think, Connie, you mentioned this, that undoes habeas corpus and really sets back human liberties by over 100 years, just in one fell swoop of this traumatized thing. Well, back in 1918, the Temporary War Measures Act, done to a traumatized parliament that, you know...
Did you have a specific question?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
How can we undo the mistakes that have been done? Will those that participated with those mistakes, fraudulent or whatever, be prosecuted? Will it be called?
You know what? The short answer to that is build cap. You've got to have the vehicle, and cap is the vehicle. You've got to have the vehicle so that we can get our government back to reflect our values, so we can get legislation to hold these sons of guns responsible. That's the only way. I mean, they're not going to do it to themselves. They are not. They are creating laws. Look at what George Bush is doing. He's trying to make retroactive laws so that he cannot be prosecuted for war crimes. Retroactive. I mean, come on. Everything they do in the States, we do here. It's just a matter of time. That's how easy that anti-terrorism legislation came into play, is because they darn near took the playbook from the Americans. That's how this is. We have got to take CAP to the next level. We have got to build right across this country. We have got to get the youth involved because it's their country, and we've got to build and move. We can't just accept it the way it is. We can't throw our hands up. We can't say, "Oh my God." We can't say they changed everything. We have to move forward. We got to take back the country and hold them responsible. Prosecute them for treason. Prosecute them for robbing us blind. You bet.
Is CAP calling for, yeah. Is CAP